You have to beg my pardon, folks.
Back my body to me. Oh, bring back.
Excuse me.
Yes?
Hello?
Hello?
What exactly are you doing?
Well, I'm trying to take a shower. Seems like you got a draft in this.
Yeah, well, now, me and these fine folks would appreciate it if maybe you could keep it down. We're sort of in the middle of something.
You and, Oh, I see. Yes.
So like I was saying, if you could just sort of bathe quietly from here on out, I'm sure we would all appreciate it.
Certainly. Okay. Yes,
You enjoy your bath.
you enjoy your, garden party.
Now, it's clear that some of us are imagining maybe just a little bit too hard. But let's not get too carried away. I haven't even gotten to the good parts yet. As we have seen, some of us sing in the bath. Well, that kind of entertainment can only carry one so far. As Oskaloosa grew, its need for entertainment grew as well, until in 1879, they built them an opera house right over here. Now, that may look like an ordinary bank today, but in fact, it is a spot that is filled with the memories of another time. If the ground beneath us could talk, well, then maybe it would sing. You folks hear something? I think I hear something. All right. Well, I don't know about you folks, but that is not something that I hear every day. All right. Well, the opera house that was standing here, that was the sight of so much beauty that it could make you cry, was later turned into a grocery store. I guess the folks got hungry and forgot about the music. But there I go, getting carried away again. Well, you're all going to have to excuse me. Now I'd like to draw your attention to this great big old mural we have here in town. And look at those band members there on the mural. Now once Oskaloosa's band was known as the Iowa Brigade Band. Has sort of a military ring to it, doesn't it? That band helped to celebrate many occasions, including the return of the soldiers from the battlefield after World War I. Now, this is where I want you to imagine real hard, because right here, right on this very spot, is where they built this glorious white arch. They built that big thing right up here, went all the way over to the other side of the street. A magnificent big white thing with a grand wreath hanging from the middle of the arch, suspended in the middle of the air, with one word printed in the middle of that wreath. Now, can anybody guess what that word was in the middle of the wreath? Home. Home. Well, somebody's been reading my secret sauce. All right, yes. Indeed, that wreath said home. Can you picture it? Can you imagine the surprise of those soldiers as they came around the corner to see such a nice, warm welcome from all their friends and neighbors and loved ones? All right, well, now, I would love to stay here all day and reminisce, but we have so much to see today and only so much day to see it, so we best be on our way. Howdy. Now, call me crazy, but I get the funny suspicion that I know this fella from someplace. If you take careful notice, folks, you'll see that his clothing is a little bit different from ours. Almost like this fella comes from another time. Excuse me, sir. Do you mind if I ask your name?
Who, me? I'm Sam Baldoff.
The Sam Baldoff? Well, hello, Mr. Baldoff. How you doing?
Good.
Now, folks, we are in for something of a treat. Oh, Mr. Baldoff, I'm sure all these fine folks would appreciate hearing about how you came to be here in Oskaloosa.
You yet think they would?
Oh, sure you would, wouldn't you, folks?
Yeah. Well, now, all right then. Let's see the Sam Baldoff story. Well, I came to Oskaloosa with just a knapsack, and I came here as a door-to-door salesman. Well, I sold my wares, and I sold so much that I finally bought me a horse with some saddlebags so I could sell more wares. Business was good. I bought myself a wagon. I hooked the old horse up to the wagon and I went around town to sell my wares, and I did good. I did so good, I finally got the idea I'm gonna have people come to me. So I built that building right over there on the corner of the square. It doesn't look the same, but I guarantee you that is the same exact building that I built. And finally, I built a memorial. The town built a memorial to me made of marble. It was a grand trellis with fountains and everything. It was gorgeous, but I'm looking for it and I just don't see it around.
Mr. Baldoff, I hate to be the one to break the news to you, but the memorial didn't do so well.
Is it gone?
Oh, yes and no.
I don't understand.
Well, it's not gone exactly, but you'll understand if the memorial isn't quite like you'd imagined it to be.
I don't. What are you talking about?
Well, you see that their flower pot over yonder?
Yes.
Well, that's it.
Well, all right then. It's still here.
Oh.
This is great. It's the Sam Baldoff Memorial Planner. I'll tell you what. I had a wish and a dream when I came to Oskaloosa, and look what I ended up. This is wonderful.
Oh, well.
Thank you.
Oh, you're very welcome, Mr. Baldoff. All right. Well, this is something of a relief. I was mighty sure he'd been sore. You see, Mr. Baldoff, they built your memorial out of soft marble, and it deteriorated in the weather, and that planter's all that's left of it. Folks, would you do Mr. Baldoff a favor? Next time you're in the square, would you remember him? I'm sure he'd appreciate it.
Hey, I'll tell you what. When you go by the old planter there, why don't you throw 2 bits in there and make a wish for yourself to prosper? You know, if you follow your wishes and your dreams, maybe you can end up like old Sam. You have your own planter memorial.
Well, there's a ticket, Mr. Baldoff. You have a pleasant afternoon.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, folks. Thank you.
Well, all right, now you know the drill. Ever onward, all right? Here we go. Okay, everybody all squeeze in real nice, close and tight. We're all Oskaloosaans and neighbors here, so there's no strangers here, just friends we haven't met yet. All right, so okay. Now, earlier on in our little walk, I joked around that maybe people got hungry and that's why they forgot about the Opera House. Well, that isn't quite true. The truth is that something shiny and new came along and people let go of one kind of entertainment in favor of another. And at first, that something shiny and new were silent movies. And in the 1920s, the Orpheum Theater played those silent movies, well, right about over there in that nice parking lot we got these days. I guess something shiny and new came along and people forgot about the silent movies, but that's a story for another time. And if today is any day like we have been having, I think maybe we just might see some silent movies. Maybe. Well, I don't know. I guess we'll have to see. Now, in the interest of having everybody a peek, why don't we all just follow around the curve, and we'll end up at our next spot, and everybody can file by and take a gander at this little picture here. All right. What are we doing? Everybody here?
Yeah.
It's a free tour, so sometimes you get what you pay for. And right now you're all standing in the cheap seats, I'm afraid. Okay, I think we're all here now. Now, I've asked us all to pause here for a minute so that we can look up and notice the beautiful sky that we have been given today. Not it's raining like it was on Thursday. All right, let's give a hand to the weather. And now that you're looking up, I want you to also take a look up here at this old faded poster board sign that's way up here on this building. Now, if you take careful notice there, folks, up at the top, you'll see it says Oppenheimer Allsup. Oh, excuse me. Now, those two fellers own the department store that's right here over here in this whole block. Now, everybody remembers Sam Baldoff, don't they?
Yeah.
Well, you oughta. He done asked you to right about over there. Now, Sam Baldoff built this building here on the corner, which was later sold to Oppenheimer Allsup, and those fellers had a department store, like I said, and among the many things sold at that department store were fine ladies' clothing. Now, let me tell you, the ladies did dress up tip-top fancy back in the day. And as we have seen already, today is a day where we bear witness to things that have not been seen for many a day. So, I'm sure if we turn around the corner, we just might be in for a sight or two. Step right this way, folks. Ladies, fine weather we're having, isn't it? Well, you look like you've been shopping at Oppenheimer Allsup, am I right? Okay. Now, we are coming up upon a piece of stretch of road that I like to call Trolley Row. Now, that's not the official name, I reckon, but I like to call it that because once was Oskaloosa had a trolley that ran all up and down A Avenue. 3 trolleys to be precise. Now, at first, those trolleys were a horse-drawn outfit. Got these fine horse in the front and a trolley in back. Well, then they upgraded, of course. Then they had 2 horses in front and a longer trolley. And then they put in rails down the middle of the street and it had electricity running the trolleys. And then eventually, even those rails were paved over and buses took their place. Well, now, as we all know, even those buses have stopped shuttling their passengers up and down High Avenue. Indeed, those times are gone now. They're gone and they're mostly forgotten. But I ask you folks, well, should we forget about them? No, of course not. When your fine friend leaves you and heads off down that road, do you forget about him because he's gone? Oskaloosaans, we are all going to be traveling down that road, eventually heading off to a place so nice it's unlikely that we'll be returning. Now, what we have done today is try to stir up a memory or two from a time gone by. And in time, I'm sure that the dust may stir up a memory of you as well. And I hope for your sake that when it does, that it's a story that's worth telling. Well, I thank you kindly for being on this little walk for me today. And, well, I'll be, what's this now? Who imagined this? Did you imagine this? Who imagined this? Well, we're in for a surprise. Ladies and gentlemen, I do present a trolley. Now, I understand that everybody is really excited about this here trolley, I might like to take a ride down memory lane. Well, unfortunately, this trolley only holds about 20 folks at a time. So the first group of folks can hop on with me, and then the next group of folks can go on over to the square where we'll be loading up after the first round gets a chance to go. Like I said, we all got to make a little sacrifice for the common good sometimes. And so for those of you who have to wait, go ahead and head on over to the square and have a seat, and the trolley will be around in time. Well, looks like I got me a load. Ready? Yep. Jack.